Hello, it's the Coaster Craze, and for my latest coaster review, I'll be doing my first one from Dorney Park. This is my first ride of the day there. This was Talon, the B&M Invert coaster, the front of the park. So I'm going to get right into it with statistics, my first category. And as you see with these stats, they are pretty solid for an invert coaster. I would say they're slightly above the average for roller coasters in general, and maybe the slight bit above average for an inverted coaster. Like, they're nowhere near as good as like Montu or anything, but they're definitely a lot better than something like Batman the Ride. So I'll give it a 3 out of 5 for the statistics category. Now I'm talking about theming and scenery, and it's a nice scenery when how like it's right behind the front entrance, so it's just a really pretty entrance to the park. And then this view right here, you can see it's kind of like the backdrop for the water park, but it's really just kind of on a flat piece of land. It's nothing too special. Plus, there's no real theming. It's just called Talon, kind of themed to a bird, but no real actual theming. So I'll just give it a 1 out of 5 for this category, thanks to some of the nice scenery. Talon's a very comfortable ride, so it's doing very well in the restraints and smoothness category. It's butter smooth, which is surprising for a 2001 B&M, and even though it has over-the-shoulder restraints, I got 0 headbanging, so I'm giving it a perfect 5 out of 5 for restraints and smoothness. So this is actually my first review to feature this new category, reliability and capacity, suggested by a viewer, and here I didn't see any reliability problems. Like, it was open when I was there, and I'm sure it's very reliable since it's a B&M. Plus, it's quite high capacity. They're running 2 trains, and they seat a lot of passengers, so I'm giving it a 5 out of 5 here. Layout's super important, and here's the signature low-to-the-ground turn. That's really the high point of the ride. But it has pretty good layout. It goes up, it has the turn drop, it goes into loop, 0G roll, dive loop, then does some more turns for a corkscrew at the end. Overall, I would say it's a pretty solid layout, but it's fairly standard for an inverted coaster. Like, it doesn't have like a lot of inversions, only 4, but it's still a fun ride, so I'll give it a solid 4 out of 5 here. Finally, I'm going to talk about some intensity, and B&M inverts are generally very intense, with the exception of like Great Bear, but this is fairly compact. It only has 4 inversions, so it's not going to be like Montu or anything, but it is still a very intense ride. It's pretty compact. It does space out the inversions a little bit, but I'm still giving it a really solid 4 out of 5 for intensity. This is intense enough where it's like really like you feel the G's in your head, but it's still very rideable, so it's a fun, awesome ride. And that brings me to my overall rating. Overall, I think this is one of the best inverts I've ridden. It's not the best, but it is butter smooth, so it's very rideable. It has a great collection of 4 inversions with a very solid layout, a lot of twists and turns. I wish the inversions were a little bit more spread out, or maybe like there was a 5th one in the second half of the layout, but it's still a very fun ride. So overall, I'll be giving Talon a 7.5 out of 10. Thank you for watching this review of Talon, the B&M Invert at Dorney Park. Stay tuned for more videos coming soon. The Coaster Craze. Bye.